Back on this Christmas morning, again, a gift. Susan and Don, as well as my colleague John North, offering us a little perspective on 2022. We're at the national level now, talking winners, losers, and the issue of 2022. Susan, let's start with you on this one. Your winner nationally in 2022 is?
Governor Ron DeSantis. I had a difficult time with finding a winner, to be honest. The national scene has just been so chaotic this year with so many issues out there and the elections. But to me, Ron DeSantis has really had the most positive press, the most positive re-election. He carried Miami-Dade County. He won by an enormous amount in being reelected governor. I think the people of Florida obviously love him. And the question becomes, does he run for president?
I don't think there's much question.
Well, you'll see. The polls right now, mano a mano between he and Trump, have Ron in the lead. So we'll see.
Don, you're a political winner nationally.
This one, for a change, was actually really easy for me, and it's Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer heading the House and the Senate. They have shepherded through more effective and good legislation, certainly from my perspective, I think that we need as a country. Nancy Pelosi did it with a very slim margin in the House, just like the Republicans are about to see, and I bet they'll be a lot more fractured than Democrats. Schumer found ways to get things done without having to always get to 60, and really effective both together as a caucus in getting some good bills passed.
Let's revisit your predictions for this year. Don, you said the winner would be Stacey Abrams. She'd be the new governor of Georgia. That didn't happen. Susan, you said it would be Kevin McCarthy. He's now in a bit of jeopardy as far as
whether he gets reelected.
Yeah.
Well, appointed speaker. He's been tragically reelected, but will he be speaker?
Well, McCarthy gets the booby prize, I guess you would say. He maybe will lead the U.S. House, but it's not going to be any fun.
Won't be fun.
It's not going to be any fun at all. He might want to go back to California. DeSantis obviously has been emerging. You pointed out a great profile of him. There have been a couple really good ones. I'd also throw out the name John Fetterman out there, crazy as that may sound, because the guy suffered a stroke, a massive stroke, and got elected, and was a significant race in the United States Senate.
Don, you're a loser nationally on 2022.
The United States Supreme Court, one of the three branches of government, historically the one that has the highest approval rating amongst citizens in our country. They've historically been viewed as less partisan. They now appear to be very partisan, very divided, very fractious, and very doubted by the public, and they really have lost in standing and prestige. It's hurt us as a nation, and I don't know when it'll come back.
Susan?
Well, I have an international winner before I get to my national loser. I just want to throw in Lionel Messi from Argentina.
Vamonos!
All you soccer fans, I was
thrilled. Well, they only won because Becker was there.
Oh, so. Yeah. But that was a lot of fun to watch, just for all you football fans. My national loser, there are so many that I had to list several. One was Rick Scott, who headed up the National Republican Senatorial Committee and lost. Another one was Donald Trump for his selection of candidates to run for Senate. Another one was Herschel Walker and Dr. Oz, and of course they were selections of Donald Trump. Joe Biden, I got to throw him in. Nobody really wanted him to come campaign with them. The Senate Democrats didn't. They won without him, so I got to think he's
sort of showed up late there.
Yeah,
Susan.
not really. And then my other loser is cryptocurrency. My gosh, what happened with it? A lot of losers.
You predicted the loser of 2022 would be Nancy Pelosi. Don Bosch, you predicted the loser of 2022 would be Kevin McCarthy.
Well, they kind of are. Nancy is no longer speaker, will no longer be speaker. So
I think with Pelosi, you can argue it either way. I mean, she finally decided it's time to step down. Her husband was attacked in a horrific manner in their home in San Francisco, but she ran a tight ship.
She did.
And
absolutely.
In some very difficult times.
Right, a good time for a change in generational leadership in the Democratic Party, and that's what we've seen happen. We've seen that next generation step up to fill those shoes.
Don, your issue of 2022.
Sure. It's the retreat from Donald Trump. I chose my words carefully there. It's not a retreat from Trumpism, unfortunately, because I think that still exists far too large in our society. But we've seen Republicans, I mean, Mitch McConnell has all but gone to war with him, and who would have guessed that? But I'm waiting for Lindsey Graham finally to come back around, but really the retreat from Donald Trump.
Susan, your issue 2022.
Well, I think it has to be the Supreme Court decision. It's, you know, I was concerned when they came down with this decision in June that it was going to impact the elections, and it did. More young women turned out to vote, even here, you know, in our home county and also in Tennessee and around the nation. I think that was one of the reasons that we lost, to be honest, the Senate. To me, it overrode everything.
You predicted Roe v. Wade and the Dobbs decision would be the issue of the year. Spot on there. Don, you predicted COVID-19 and frustration over that would be the issue of the year. You could make a case for both. So we're going to be back with more perspective from John North in our final block, talking about really the overall politician of the year. Join us in just a minute.